Reporting live from Leon Sears trial, trial number 2.
Trespassing and failure to comply.
Failure to comply. So, Mr. JP, the infamous JP, Killer JP. Hey, man, you saw I got kicked out the courtroom.
I did, Fred. Look, just because you had some shorts on.
Yeah.
I see women coming here with skirts on a lot shorter than them shorts all the way past your knees. So, hey, the judges have complete control. I can't control that. I don't agree with it, but that is not my courtroom either. So,
Man, yes, I done seen cleavage, I done seen panty lines, inappropriate wear in this courtroom, in that judge's courtroom, because it ain't my first time being in there. But I mean, I just thought it was kind of odd that he just pointed me out of everybody, and I would. Did you see me say anything? Was I doing anything?
No, I mean I didn't see anything that you did, but I gotta say something. So first point I'm gonna make is the city of Pearl, Mississippi, passed a city resolution on September 3rd, 2024, that requires people coming into a city hall, a public building, to be, first of all, chimed in, which is unconstitutional. It's a public building; you should be able to walk straight in.
Right.
But the Board of Aldermen passed a vote 6-0 to not require the public to walk in and access public records in a public building in a public seat that their public ass is sitting in.
Right.
Understand that?
Right.
That I'm paying for.
Right.
So understand that I want to challenge that resolution so bad. So that's the first thing I'm gonna get out of the way. The next thing, Ismail Muhammad, attorney. He is bad to the bone. If you need a good attorney, I just watched him. He's still going in there. He asked, what are the elements to trespassing first? And a public building, it's hard to trespass anybody from public.
Right.
It's just like the sidewalk, public parking lot. It has the same protections, right?
Right.
Under the law. Well, they passed this resolution, and now they made it to where a lobby in a public building and sitting quietly in a corner, you can be arrested. I watched Leon Seal sit quietly in a corner and be arrested, waiting on documents, dealing with the Chancery Court and his property. I watched him be arrested falsely. That's coming up in his lawsuit. But I'm going to tell you the next thing. Ismail Muhammad asked these questions. Failure to comply. And there are 4 or 5. I think I've got most of them. He asked, did Leon, which one of them would be failure to obey a lawful order, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lawful order would be something, it has to be on a prerequisite of a lawful demand, right? A man sitting in a public forum, sitting there and bothering nobody, to be ordered out and to be done so and arrested and handcuffed and trespassed from a public building for asking for public records to do with his trial in court. And then Ismail Muhammad asked about those elements. And he asked, Leon Seals didn't cuss anybody, did he? No. He didn't put his hands on anybody, did he? No. He didn't use fighting words, did he? No. And this is Nick McClendon's testimony. The Jameson versus McClendon case study with Judge Carlton Reeves admonished him and demanded a reform with qualified immunity and he has got case law on him now. He is stating openly 5 times, 5 different.
And this Chief Nick McClendon?
Oh, absolutely, of the Pearl Police Department. A case law study in 2019. He's quoted by federal Judge Carlton Reeves as being possibly a threat to, well, let's just put it this way. He's unconstitutionally pulled African American drivers over repeatedly. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, we saw. Yeah,
the judge said he does not deserve qualified immunity, but he is forced to give it to him because there's no other case law that referenced it, and it's disgusting. Now, Ismail Muhammad asked McClendon all these elements of the crime. Were the elements of the crime present? All 4 instances and questions of those elements of a crime, a failure not to comply with a lawful order. Did you tell him to leave because he cussed somebody, threatened somebody, was loud, was obnoxious, was impeding business? No, 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 no. He said that. No. And
The
then,
chief saying is,
yes. And then he said, then Muhammad asked him, well, what'd you arrest him for? Well, he didn't obey my order. But your order is unlawful. You have no elements of him committing failure to comply, disorderly conduct, but you arrested him. Is that correct? Yes, he just wouldn't listen to me. You don't have the legal authority to put your hands on somebody because you've got that little tiny, teeny badge on your ass. It makes you no more special than me or you, Fred. It does not. And man, that pisses me off. Now, oh, that makes me upset, awful upset. Now, I expect Leon Seals to have that charge, at least that charge, dismissed. I can't imagine this resolution not being thrown out based on the unconstitutionality of it and overbroadness and overbreadthness of it. And it should be challenged in a federal court as a violation to the public's right to the First Amendment. I should be able to walk in a public building without having to have an escort. Oh, and by the way, he asked this question too. Nick McClendon, have you ever had to have anybody other than Leon Seals specifically, escorted in this building? And he thought, and he sat there and pondered, and he thought. And guess what his answer was? No, I've never had to escort any other person in this city ever.
Damn.
That's called discrimination. And it's because he likes to record what his interactions with the government, and it is his First Amendment constitutional right to do so. And I expect all that shit to get thrown out, and if it does...
Here's why you shouldn't drive the all-electric Toyota BZ. The range won't get you far. It's a boring drive. The BZ isn't comfortable. Charging takes forever. It's not fun to drive. This all-electric vehicle is ugly.
Doesn't. It's a travesty of justice. And I'll state it right here.
And this the Chief Nick McClendon saying all
Absolutely.
this under oath on the stand.
Yes. I had no reason other than he just wouldn't listen to me. Judge, he just wouldn't listen to me. Were the elements present? Nope. Nope. No elements. None whatsoever. But he wouldn't listen to you, so you arrested him? Absolutely. And he absolutely he should have listened to me. You better have some basis in law. You better know the law before you swear an oath to protect it.
And how many lawsuits you say he has against him?
Man, I think it was like 17 of total. I have to look back. I counted them one time. It was
so he has multiple lawsuits against him, the Chief Nick McClendon.
He has had a lot. I looked at a bunch. I don't, it's alleged. Let me make sure. I'm going to say alleged.
Right.
I've got to go back and count. But that one with Carlton Reeves admonished him so terribly and said that it almost rose to the level of criminality. And, you know.
And this was before he became Chief of Pearl.
Right before.
So how do you think he got it? How with all this on this man's record?
How in the world do you make it to the Chief of Police?
How do you make it to the Chief of Police?
When a federal judge admonishes you and demands change
to the qualified
immunity doctrine that protects the police officers, he quotes him directly as saying he's a threat to the African American community because of his discriminatory actions. That's quoted in Judge Carlton Reeves' opinion.
A federal judge.
Yes. And that's why we want qualified immunity. Like I told y'all yesterday, I'd like to take it, throw it in the trash, and wipe my ass with it. It's what it needs to be done to it. It's disgusting.
It definitely is.
But Ishmael Muhammad, when he walks out of here, he's suing for this anyway, even if Leon gets found guilty of anything, because it's all unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional. You ought to be able to get to public records anytime you need it, and you should never be under the threat of arrest or required to have a discriminatory act like being escorted into a public building of public records, of public seats, with your public ass that my ass pays public taxpayer funds to fund. Yep. That's it. Nothing else to say. I'm JP. y'all better keep it real. That's all I got.
Yes, sir.